Hello, hello, and welcome back. I'm Claire. This is Purple Poppy, and I'm carrying on my 52-week challenge by Crafty Cat. And this week we have photograph and gesso. So we evened up our pages with our reef and our gold last week. So now we're on these two. And this one and this one actually, they've both got some green on. So I bought along some book page that I've gessoed and put some watercolour squares-ish on. I've got some green papers from Joey Card Maker and this black and white photograph of lady doing her shopping. So I'm going to do that on one side. And then I thought, do you know what, as they're together and there's a little bit of red on there and a little bit of red on there, I do basically the same thing on the other side but with red. So I'm doing two the same today and incorporating both of the challenges, both of the prompts on both pages. So there's my green set and there's my red set. I think I'm going to start on my green. And actually I've automatically put my book away, but I think we're going to work directly onto the book page today. So I've been very rude. I haven't asked, how are you all? Are you keeping well? You're having, plenty of crafty time? Let's put that up over there while I tear up this. Nothing new or different really happening here, so much of a muchness, doing what I do. And that's about it really. So I'm going to take that little square out of that one. I'll probably have a different size square on the red one. Right, how big is this page? Let's have a look. I don't mind if we can see that December. So it's basically just going to be a glorified collage, I think, on both pages. Can you even see what I'm doing? Yes, you can. And then I think I want, say, that bit. Oh, I'll leave it long. I was going to automatically trim it, but we'll leave it long for the time being. Like that. And then I don't even know if I want some of this green stripe. This was Joey's papers last Christmas. I do believe he's recently said that he's not going to be doing a Christmas set this year. I'm going to put that under there. So a bit like that. And I think we're going to have her there. We have actually got more page than that, Claire. We could spread out a little bit more. So that's that one in essence. And then on this one, this is like a bridal photo. So I think we'll have them. Should we try and swap them round? So if this one's at the bottom and in the middle, that one's at the top. Over there, and I think this time we'll have a long strip of this colour. Oh, I can't pick it up. So we could have that running maybe down there. I've got some of this lovely rosy paper, which I think will work in the very back, as it's a wedding photo, wedding photo that I'm using. Like that. And again, this is Joey's Christmas papers, but I think that's got nice florally bit on it again, so that will sort of work with that. I don't know if I want that one, but I think I am going to have some of this one. So quite quick today, really. Right, so that's where we're going. So let's do this green one first. So there's the edge of the page. It would help actually if I put something. Oh, that's too big. That's too big. There we go. If I, oh, that's too big as well. Goodness me, Claire, find something small. Let's put just a plain white book page under there so we can see the end of the page. So I think we're going to go, I don't mind to not go completely to the edges. Okay, so I'm going to glue this. I'm just using glue stick. So we're going to get that up there like that. We're going to have this one over that side on that same sort of line. I'm not too worried that it's got this weird cutout at the bottom, because obviously I'm going to be covering that. We're going to have that there and that there. So let's tear this off. Peel that back up so that we can get that under there, so that we've actually got a different height going on. There we go. And then I think this one is going to go there. Like so. Then I'm going to trim out my photo. Don't want that white edge. Sometimes it's nice to have the white edge, gives it that vintage feel. But not today. And then I think if we have that, over a little bit, that there, and we'll get a label of some sort to go up the top there. See what I can find in green. Yes, like that. I know we need something else there. Now, I don't really want to go into Christmas, but we could have a bit of that, couldn't we? So if we lift this up again, this is what happens when you think you've made a decision and actually you haven't. Peel that back up for a minute. If I tear off this dotty one, so it's the lines only narrower, and it's got this like snowy frosty spot on it. I feel like I want it coming there. Yeah. So turn that off. Get some glue on there. Oh, no, it's crooked, look. Oh, Claire. That's better. And we'll find 2 labels. So that's my green one in the main. And then for the red one, again, if I put this behind so that we can basically not see the background, makes it a little bit easier for us, doesn't it? I feel like I'm going to have a piece of this, so I'm just going to tear that out. I'm going to pop that on there. It's going to be a really quick one today, isn't it? Until I have to faff around and find labels. Now, what would be perfect for this one would be the Tracy Fox random labels, I believe they're called. That's upside down, Claire. At least get the writing going the right way. So I think we'll tear that off about there. I'm going to glue some of this. I think I'll keep that and the map just because it's green on the other page and they are green elements. So I think we'll glue that. Is that like secondary background? Yeah. This is a bit like tissue paper, so very quickly, you know, once you get the glue on it, it starts to crinkle and fluff and all that stuff. We can trim that little bit where it's gone over in a minute. I feel like the picture needs to be on top of them flowers, so let's trim this picture. Yeah, photograph and gesso. So I gessoed the book pages and added the watercolours of greeny and, oops, that's a bit cockeyed, Claire. Greeny and reddy colours. That is very, very drunk. That's better. Then I think if this sits on there, like so, See, now I'm changing my mind and I'm going to cover that up. So let's just glue this picture to this piece. Try and get it straight, that always helps. And now I feel like yeah. So and then we're going to put our do you know what? I think I'm going to put that one under there, and then I'm going to bring that one up there. So again, if I put a little bit of glue on there, pop that up there, and then we'll glue those two bits, and that'll go there, and then that's our whole front piece. That's hubby having a rather violent sneeze. Right, I'm going to pop that on there. I know originally I said I was going to keep all of the green. We haven't really kept any of it now, have we? So bring this over, trim off those little pieces. Okay, labels. I didn't think about labels, so I'm thinking I'm probably going to have to put you on pause, find my labels and come back. That would be an answer, wouldn't it? So see you in a sec. Okay, so I found some bits and pieces in the right colours. I did find this piece of red and black stamping. It's got gold leaf all over it. I wonder if that might work. So let's tear him out and see what he looks like. Probably going to tear it out and decide not to use it, but hey ho. Yeah, see, I sort of knew that was going to happen. Okay, so we're not using him. I also found some red stamps. So I don't know if we can, how well are they stuck down? There's the question. Not too bad. And it would be nice if I could use one because I found a green one as well. So we could maybe, and then I've got French. This is one of those random Tracy labels that I was talking about. And this is not Tracy, but I've got a date there. So that's quite good. And then we've got, I don't really want airmail, do I? But this says, what does this say? The latest styles constantly received from Paris, hats made. So that could be relating to her wedding outfit. So we could put that up there. So there we go. So time for some liquid glue. I'm going to pop that one. as a line across there. Okay, we've got our stamp, which we're going to put on that corner. Just there. I'm going to pop our French into the clothing, into his arm. Like so. And then where was that little date? No, that's his War Pal. I think this is the date. Yep. So now, does that? Yes, let's put it on that photograph there. So here's our red page. And now our green page. Again, we've got some traces. There's a date, so that'll be perfect because we've got a date on that one. Moustache, don't really think that works, does it? Number 1, but we've already got a date. Linotype might work, or linotype. Another stamp. And then I've got this. These are Which Craft Do You Do, these ones. I can't remember. Bits and Pieces set, whatever. I don't know what number, sorry. Because I've got quite a few of them. So I think maybe if we look at putting this one over there, like that. Yes, I like that. Don't like that bit of white is showing. There you go. So this one is going to sit there, like so. Let's try and get this stamp off. See if it'll work as well as the other one did, or if it's going to be a problem, because they do sometimes tear if you're not, because unfortunately now these stamps are self-adhesive. They were much better when we used, and they have that barcode on them. Yep, I'm going to put that one down there. That covers up that little gap. And it does jump into our photo slightly, so that's another interesting layer. And then I think I'm going to have that one across the paint. And then the date will maybe just go up there. So that one across there. I'm going to put our date up the top there. Oh, put it up the right way, Claire. Goodness me. There we go. Do we want just trying to decide if I want this Told by the Stars. What is it? Know when to stop. That's the thing. Yeah, I am going to do it actually. I'm going to put it up above that 51. Oops, no I'm not. I'm going to drop it on the desk. So I'm going to put it and line it up to the end of that stripe and just bring that back there. So there you go. That will be, what is that? 17 and 18. Gesso and photograph. Gesso and photograph. So as always, thank you for coming along and spending some time with me today. Hope you found some joy and inspiration. Stay safe. I'll see you very soon. Ta-ta for now.